So hot you can't even read it. I have a confession to make. I'm an addict. My habit is dirty, disgusting, and dangerous. I can't stop myself. I'm ashamed of my behavior. I even went to see a therapist, but she was addicted too. I indulge myself in this short-term bliss while putting my future at risk. You might be wondering what it is that I'm addicted to. Drugs, women, pizza. No, I'm addicted to fossil fuels. I smoke some every day. I wish I could go back to my blissful ignorance like most tobacco users, but now I understand the consequences of my behavior. It's an ironic substitute for the lost bliss of my ignorance, these comforts of the modern world. I use fossil fuels to carry my water, plow my fields, haul my body around. The typical American household spends $1,800 a year on home energy use. They spend over $2,300 a year on gasoline, and prices are on the rise. Environmentally, we've got oil well disasters, radiation poisoning our atmosphere, sick children. Now, I can continue to use the dirty stuff, or I could give up my pampered lifestyle, or I could begin to invest in clean, renewable energy technologies. So, I'll get this thing figured out one of these days. Renewable energy is cheaper than fossil fuels. It's clean. It's clean enough to stop acid rain. And it also provides security against rising oil prices and international terrorists. In fact, the only renewable energy disaster in my lifetime was when Ronald Reagan took the solar panels off the White House. So if you were to cover your roof completely in solar panels, how much of your household energy use could you meet in a year? Any ideas? 200%. Enough sunlight falls on your roof to power more than double your annual use. And that's allowing for the fact that our current technology is only about 20% efficient. If you're able to capture all that energy, it would be 20 times more than you need. So, since solar seems to make so much sense, what keeps us from investing in it more? One of the big blocks is consumer perception that it's unreliable, that it's too complex, and it doesn't have good value. Another thing that keeps solar from being adopted is the fact that it's competing against one of the most powerful industries in the world. And the third thing is that most consumers don't have enough cash on hand to make the initial investment so they can start to save money from the long-term use of renewable energy. But the truth is, solar is very reliable. A solar system has a rated lifespan of 25 years. And what that means is at the end of 25 years, the system is only putting out 90% as much power as it put out brand new. So you still have a lot of value, a lot of useful energy coming from the system. It's just they only rate it at 25 years. Solar is simple. You provide the roof, your contractor provides the equipment. Systems are fully automated, and you wouldn't even have to notice a change in your lifestyle if you were to invest in a system. Right now, the best systems in terms of electric are tied to the grid. So what happens is during the daytime when the sun's shining, your meter is spinning backwards. The power company is paying you for the energy you're putting into the grid. At night, your meter goes back and you pay for some of the power that you put in during the day. solar is a good value. Right now there are currently tax incentives. If you look at this map, it shows what each state offers. The federal government offers 30% tax incentives for solar systems that are installed, and then each state has its own policy. You'll notice that the red states, of which we are one, is definitely the best place to be, because those states offer direct cash incentives as well as tax credits for installing solar systems. So the bottom line is, if you install a solar system in North Carolina, you're going to pay about half of the price out of pocket by the time you get your tax incentives back. So for a $7,000 hot water system, you're going to pay about $3,500 out of pocket. The payback time in terms of how quickly you're saving money is about 7 years. You'll recoup that $3,500 in saved energy costs. Another thing about solar energy, solar systems, is that it adds about $4,000 in value to your house. So essentially it costs you nothing to start saving money. For a solar electric system, enough to power your entire house, all your electrical needs, you'll pay about $10,000 out of pocket after tax credits. You could finance it with a home equity loan, and your payments will end up being about 80% of what you're currently paying for electric bills. So again, home equity loan, buy the system, you start saving money right away. And then once the system's paid for, your energy is free beyond that. In the commercial realm, there are some even better options where you don't have to put any money down. They'll come and install the equipment on your roof, and you start saving money right away. You pay them about 80% of what your utility bill had been before then. Wind energy is another renewable technology, but it often runs into public resistance in terms of where they place the windmills. So if you know anyone putting money away for retirement, let them know there are some better options with higher payback if they invest in solar energy. And if you know anyone who shares my addiction to dirty energy, ask them to help spread the word and let people know the truth, and maybe we can recover some of our lost bliss from before we understood the consequences. Thank you.